Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid preview. This is the preview to Osasuna against Real Madrid in La Liga match day 29 with 9 match days, no, 10 match days actually. Are we 10 or 9 away? I can't remember, I don't even know. I assume 10 match days ago, yeah. We have got some very interesting games left to play. Um, but I've got these sort of fixtures that you have to win at this time of the season. You know, 7 points clear of Girona, 8 points clear of Barcelona. You have to go out there and win these kind of games. And Osasuna away is gonna be tough, but Real Madrid have done it before and can do it again. You have to go out there and you have to win this game. There is no excuse, there is no debate, there is no talking about it. There's just nothing. Real Madrid have to win this game. And after really, really dismantling a Celta Vigo set, they came over, and I know they didn't play particularly well. They didn't even sit back. They didn't even defend for their lives. They came in, they were open, they didn't know what they were doing, they were all over the place, they were chaotic. It's time to now play against a side that I think will be much more organized, they will be much more solid at the back. But it's still, it can be done. It can be done. A win is definitely possible. It's happened before. It can certainly happen again. So the hopes are definitely still high. And, you just have to be confident going into such a game. Now, Osasuna, um, fun fact, they're coming off of a back of a defeat away at Girona. Of course, that is an away game, but home form. Their last home game, they beat Alaves. Before that, they beat Cadiz. Before that, they were humiliated 3-0 at home by Celta Vigo. Right? The side, they came to the Bernabeu and got done for. So that's incredible. Osasuna did beat Getafe, um, and they did beat Almeria as well. So home form wise, Osasuna are actually playing pretty well at home this season. They've lost to Atletico Madrid at home. They've lost to Barcelona at home. Um, so it is definitely they've lost to Girona at home as well. So this is definitely a side that you can go over and you can win. It's not impossible to do so. So Real Madrid have to go there and get the job done and win. Now Osasuna have a couple of decent players. They've got Ante Budemir, David Garcia, Mujica, um, Sergio Herrera, um, Ruben Garcia, Moy Gomez, Catena, Lucas Toro, Unai Garcia, Moncayola. But it's like half of these names I don't even think many people have heard of. So this is a side that Real Madrid can certainly beat. Currently in the table, they are 10th. They are a mid-table team. But just 10 wins this season for them. So as I said, winnable definitely. Now, let's talk about Real Madrid, because apart from the victory against Celta Vigo, it's been pretty inconsistent, you would say, across the last 3-4 weeks. Ever since that game against Girona about a month ago, you then have a couple of games like RB Leipzig away, Rayo Vallecano away, Sevilla at home, Valencia away, Leipzig at home. These 6 games or so, that is just underwhelming and inconsistent. You don't know what you're gonna get from Real Madrid, and then you get a kicker. You get a game like Celta Vigo that could potentially give them momentum, right? And by the time, right, this game against Osasuna comes out and the game starts, I'm pretty sure by the time the UEFA Champions League draw for the quarterfinals will have been out. And I'll give you a small little section at the end of the video on my thoughts of the round of 16 and my prediction, my mini little prediction. But the players would have probably already seen the draw, or they're probably excited for the draw. It depends when the draw happens, and they're thinking to themselves, "Look, we've got this big game that we're gonna play right now. We then have, a couple more big games that Athletic Club Bilbao, Mallorca, El Clasico, Real Sociedad, Cádiz, Granada, Alaves, Villarreal, and Real Betis. That is the remaining 9 La Liga games after. Including that, you've got the Champions League draw. Whoever we get, it's not going to be an easy opponent. Whoever we get, like the remaining teams, as expected, were all the good teams. Because the previous round, people were saying, "Oh, it's a boring round of 16." Now that the boring part is gone and all the so-called weaker teams are out, now we get to the interesting part. Because all the good teams who have made it through are going to play each other. I don't see a single team in the round of 16 that has gone through. They are in the quarterfinals draw as a weak or poor team. In the sense that I still have my preferences. There are certain teams that I'll prefer in terms of fearful, in terms of I'm scared of that team or I'm not so scared of that team. But we're getting to a stage of the season where these players know that whatever that they're doing right now, whatever results that they put up right now, will determine the season they get. Because you're in the last stage of the season. This is the last stage. You've got 9 La Liga games. How many more Champions League games could you have? 2 quarterfinals, 2 semifinals, 1 final. 5. If you make it all the way, you have 5. Right? So you have up to 14 games left to play. And that's 9 you're going to get. And you're guaranteed 2 anyways. You could get up to 5 in the Champions League. So it is down to the players' hands whether they decide that, look, we're going to go for this final marathon sprint push and play really well like we have kind of did for certain parts of the season for the last 15 games or whatever. Or if they drop off now, the season's there, because we could still win La Liga. We might win, obviously 8-point gap, but the Champions League is gone. And I think that if you're gonna play really, really poorly, as I would say we have done for the last 2 to 3 weeks, you play like you did against Leipzig in the second leg, you're gonna get humiliated by a Manchester City, and that is facts. That is. Anyways, my starting 11, pretty much unchanged as my prediction for the starting 11 to Celta Vigo. Lunin starts, Carvajal and Mendy as the fullbacks, Rudiger and Nacho as the centre backs. It's good to see Militao, back to a little bit of light training. So as Courtois, they could be back in a couple of weeks' time. Midfield, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Cruz. Front line, Bellingham is still suspended for this game. He'll be back for the next one against Athletic Club Bilbao. So Brahim Diaz starts. I can't see Arda Güler starting. And the front 2, I will go Vinny. And Rodrigo, look, you could go him. I don't mind. But Joselu, do you want a physical presence up top, a physical striker up top? It's really down to preference and the kind of game you want to play. But I've gone Joselu because I think that the physicality he brings is helpful. But again, you could start Rodrigo. Definitely. Who knows? But that will probably be my starting 11 for this game. And a mini score prediction, I'm going to say Osasuna 1, Real Madrid 3. I just think that Real Madrid have to go over and they have to win. Now, before I end, obviously we've got the Champions League round of 16. Going through most of the games that I can remember, um, obviously you had that Man City Copenhagen game that was boring. Real Madrid going through, underwhelming. Who else did we even have? Um, there's no way I've forgotten, right? Bayern obviously making it through after a comeback. PSG going through as well. And obviously the week after you got Barcelona, Napoli. Barcelona I thought played pretty decently well. And then who else do you even have? I know basically all the Italian teams got knocked out. Um, which obviously is pretty interesting. Arsenal, of course, yeah, Arsenal, winning on penalties, and then obviously last night at the time of recording, you had Inter getting knocked out by Atletico on penalties as well, and then you had Dortmund beating PSV, which is pretty expected. So other teams I've mentioned, right? Personally, if it's based on a personal level, who I want the most, I want Arsenal the most, because the amount of videos that you see online saying from Arsenal fans saying they'll beat Real Madrid, or we will cook Real Madrid, like Arsenal fans saying that, is absolutely hilarious. Like, bring it on then. Like, literally Real Madrid will absolutely smoke Arsenal. Like at the Bernabeu, we will smoke them. We would smoke them. I want Arsenal the most. I genuinely do. It's one of those games that you just want to see. I don't mind Bayern Munich. Real Madrid always cook Bayern Munich as well. And I don't mind Dortmund as well. Of course we have been cooked by Dortmund before, but those Lewandowski days, and yeah, let's not go back there. But it's a good game. I don't want Man City, man. Like, don't give us Man City at this stage, man. Like, save it for the final, whatever, man. Like, this is boring. Like, if every year we play Man City at this stage, it gets to a point where it's boring, man. Like, nah, save that shit for later. PSG, boring. I don't want the oil clubs, man. Like, PSG, nah. El Clasico, I mean, it sounds fun. We probably would smoke Barca. Madrid derby, I mean, wow. It's boring though. Like, I'm saying, like, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid are boring games, and then you've got who else? Who else do you even have? Have I said everyone? I think I've said everyone. City, PSG. I want neither. I want Arsenal. I want Bayern. I want Dortmund. I don't want the two, obviously, other Spanish teams, and that's it. So, you know, 7 teams you can get. I want 3 of them. That's what, 30%, right? So I don't think it's 30%. Maybe about 33% ish. So if you do the math, perfectly, right, you'll get a more accurate number, but probably about 11% each. That we could probably get like an Arsenal, or like a Bayern. I just want Arsenal, man. Like, I just want the pot to come out, Arsenal, and I want to see Real Madrid. Like, give us Arsenal, man. Like, that will probably be the game of the season. I genuinely think that will be one of the best games. Similarly, give us Bayern Munich as well. But my prediction on the actual draw, I think I've written this somewhere down actually. Um, I had two different feelings actually. Um, Firstly, if you're talking, if we're talking, um, uh, where do I have it? Just let me find it. Um, I'm pretty sure. Is this the one? Oh, this is the rigged version that I thought would be funny. So if UEFA rig the draw, this will be the one that comes out. Real Madrid versus Manchester City, Arsenal versus Dortmund, Bayern Munich versus Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona versus PSG. That is the rigged version. But if it is a prediction, I'm pretty sure I did do a prediction somewhere. Either ways, I can't find it, but I'll give a prediction right now, right? I'll give a prediction, right? I'm gonna predict this. So, I'm gonna say that I'll start Real Madrid. I think we genuinely get PSG because we do that every time. If it's a normal draw, of course. Not a dream draw. I think Manchester City get Dortmund because they play Dortmund every time they can. And it will be an easy path for them to the next round. Either ways, I just think that City will get an easy path. I think that Barcelona will get Bayern Munich. I do feel like that, it's going to be that time again. And that would leave Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. But that's boring, So give us Arsenal, give us Bayern Munich, or give us Dortmund for the spice. Give Man City Arsenal, man. Actually, if you aren't gonna give Real Madrid Arsenal, give Man City Arsenal. That would be an interesting game. But anyways, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.